remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned. So, sitting out here in the garage, and we had our trigger pin problem. I turned up a pin. It was somewhat of a pain in the ass, because if you've ever worked with something small like that and you need it hard, it'll flex. So I had a hand finish it, but I got something that worked. Now what the problem was, is see this how the gun looks in the fire position. You can see the screw that goes down and retains the trigger guard. So what happened was, without the trigger pin, the trigger kind of wiggles around in there. So when you go and somebody put the bolt in, cocked it, you will notice that that covers the screw now. Okay, so you can't get the gun apart. This is what problem the people had. Also, when you would go to take it out, you see now, I don't know, hope you can see it, the trigger. This kind of hits the trigger. Alright, when you pull the trigger, the bolt comes out. Well, it wasn't doing that. Okay, so that's kind of why the guy gave me the gun, and you couldn't decock it like this. Okay, because the trigger was flopping around in there. It's a very simple rifle, but very easy for things to go wrong. Now, I double checked, and these Nimrods cut this friggin' barrel right to 16 inches. And if you look at it, it's uneven as hell. Okay? Real bad job. Especially looking at it this way. So, my next step would be to straighten this and then recrown it. You could either file. I'd like to machine it. I want to see if I can get it in a milling machine and mill this flat. Sorry for the interruption, but like I said, maybe mill that. You could file that. Truthfully, the best thing to do would be, this is around receivers, get this, if I had a big enough lathe where that receiver in that, and the sight would be in the back, you could clamp this in the chuck and just face that off. But I don't know. I may have to use a different method. See if I can't clamp that in the vise and run a end mill across there and square that up, then recrown it. But now that this is kind of critically short, I have to think about, just in case, mounting some sort of a flash suppressor or something and permanently mounting it as for a barrel extension. Because that's getting a little too close to comfort. And another thing that's asinine, these things at 18, 20 inches are brutal to shoot. Cut this thing down like this and make it light for 16 inches. Alright, so, problem solved with the trigger pin. I made one. Alright. So, on to the next step. And I'll see you then.